Hey guys, welcome back to Nurturing Us, episode 2 of sharing my journal, where I journal for almost a week, share something that I've learned or something that I feel like sharing with you guys that you guys can also gain knowledge from or have some insight or understand yourself better through the words that I say, or just listening, even if that's just what you want to do, just listening. You don't always have to take something, and that's perfectly fine. But for today's episode, I wanted to do more of like some tips on what I've done this week to just learn more about myself, love myself more, whatever it is, just to gain more knowledge about myself and just to journal too. This is going to be more like affirmations and something you can do to understand yourself better. So, starting off with this activity that I saw on TikTok and I started doing it. I haven't finished it yet, but I really liked the format that it like gave. And at first you have to write things that you love about yourself. You can't even see, but I wrote like things that I love about myself, and then using the things that you love about yourself, write down a list of things that you want to change, and using what you love about yourself or what you have within yourself, using those things as tools to change. Mind blowing, I know. Um, that was like the strategy to use or whatever to like gain more insight on yourself. And so that's what I did. I wrote a couple things that I love about myself, and then I wrote things that I feel like I want to change, that I need to change, and that I just really want to better myself within. So I wrote down that, and then elaborating on the things that you want to change. So like I put not being afraid to ask people, or like say I'm at a restaurant and I need napkins, not being afraid to go and ask for napkins, and just like being like, oh, can I have some napkins please, like just going and doing it instead of being like, oh no, like I don't want to go, you know what I mean? So that's one of the things that I put. And using things I love, I still haven't finished that one, but for example, I would put like, for not being afraid to ask for help, I would put like taking a deep breath in, using my meditation skills, and going forward with it, and being like, the worst that can happen is them being like no, you know what I mean, or them being like, oh, we don't have any. So yeah, I would put like that. I don't know if that made sense, but if you understand what I'm trying to say, then you understand. But I put like change, and then I put tools over here, and then I just did like arrows, like what I can do instead of like over analyzing or overthinking. I can, whenever I do feel that coming up, I can go into a meditative state of mind and ground myself, and just like allowing thoughts to just flow out and not paying attention to it. Um, but just like sitting with it, but like not paying attention to it, not amplifying like what it's trying to tell me, you know what I mean? So those are one of the skills that I used today, or not today, but like that I used throughout this week. I wrote down things that I love about myself, and then I put things that I want to change, and then using what I love about myself, figuring out how I can use that to change is going to be my tools right here. And I'm still not done with that, but I am going to be finishing it this week. So yeah, I thought that was a really interesting thing to do, and something that's really like it like simplifies everything that you think is like wrong with your life, you know what I mean? So say you want to be more hardworking, then doing what you love, or using something that you love, put that into place where you start working towards it because you love it, you know what I mean? So it's literally like working for something that you really love, like having a job that you really love, like allowing yourself to work for that instead of like things that you don't love, I guess. This next section is gonna be some affirmations. So yeah, let's get to it. Okay, so I had to turn on the fan because it was getting way too hot in here. So starting off with the affirmations, I put, I am connected to source. Source being whatever you look up to, whether that's like spirit, universe, God, Buddha, whatever you feel called to or whatever you look up to. I am connected to source, and just trusting that I'm always connected. I can always use my intuition. I can always call upon myself to guide me in the right directions, and trusting that you're always connected. You're always within yourself. You always have a say in what you want to do and where you want to go in life. So I am connected to source. Another one is, I have the key to create and put things in motion. I have the key to create and put things in motion. If you want to get something done, it's not going to get done unless you actually put in the work. And I've actually learned that this week, where I've been wanting to grow my TikTok page, doing tarot cards and tarot readings. And if you don't know, I do those on there. And you could also book a reading with me on Instagram, and my Instagram's down below if you want that. But this week I've set a goal for myself where I'm gonna be doing 3 videos each day, at least 3 or 2 videos, and to really start putting in the work and start putting it in motion. And ever since I've been doing that, my page has been getting like 600 and something views, but when before it would only get like 94, or it would get like less than that, or only like up to 100, which is still a lot of people. But now that I've actually put in the work and set a schedule for myself and set a date and time and when I want to do it and how I'm gonna do it, I've seen so much growth within only this week, and it's been insane. So I have the key to create and put things in motion, and that is key to success, to be honest, because if you can have the talent, but if you don't have the work drive, then how do you expect people to see your talent? You know what I mean? So you have the key to create and put things in motion. We all have the key to create and put things in motion. Another thing that I put was growth, because as beings, as people, as 3-dimensional things, whatever you want to call us, we're constantly growing, constantly learning about ourselves, constantly learning about others, constantly learning about the environment, the things around us. So yeah, I've experienced a lot of growth within this week. Something that I really recommend is, okay, I just thought about this right now, but record yourself at the beginning of the week, and just talk to yourself, something you want to tell yourself, something that you want growth in, a goal that you want to achieve, whether that's like eating healthy or drinking a bottle of water a day or 2 bottles of water a day, whatever your goal may be. Record yourself at the beginning of the week, and then record yourself at the end of the week, or at the end of 2 weeks or 3 weeks, whenever you want to re-record yourself, and look at your growth between those time periods. And that within itself, it's going to show you how proud you should be of yourself, because of everything, of the change that you experienced, just literally the growth. And seeing things like that about myself always really helped me, and be like, damn, and it makes me think like wow, like I did that for myself. I did that because I wanted to better myself, you know what I mean? So that's another skill that you can also put into like your week or life, or however you want to allocate that into your life. That's something really fun to do too, and you could just watch your growth. So next one, It says, bleep, you're doing a good job. Do you guys know that song where it's like, you're doing a good job? So I just wanted to remind myself that I'm doing a good job. We're all doing the best we can and the best we know how to do. So be patient with yourself, be patient with others, with people around you, with your loved ones. Just be patient because we're all trying our best. We're all using what we know, and not everyone knows the same about one person from the other person. Not everyone knows the same amount of healing as you do, which is something I've also learned this week, that not everyone knows the same amount of healing as I've grown to know. So I can't hold those people to a higher expectations with something that they don't know. You know what I mean? Number 4, I am infinite. I am infinite. I can do everything I set my mind to. I can do everything I set my mind to. If you decide to set a goal for yourself, or however this can help you, however you take this or resonate with this, everything that you decide to do is because you decided. You're not gonna do something if you don't want to do it. You know what I mean? So, or you're like not gonna enjoy something that you don't want to do. So if you set your mind to something that you want to do, like your dreams and goals and things that you want to achieve, then you're gonna do whatever it takes to get there. You know what I mean? But you gotta put in the work, and you gotta learn and teach yourself the skills to start doing that. So that's also everything that I'm writing down. I've learned this week. Really tried to remind myself of these things. So yeah. Number 6, I am a flower blossoming. And this one I really, really love because we literally are all flowers blossoming. We're always growing. We're always starting new. We're always getting rid of like things that no longer serve us, like a plant or a flower. Eventually a plant or a tree has leaves that die off, and just like a tree, us humans have things that we have to eventually let go of and release to eventually bring in new pretty plants, pretty flowers, and a new baby into this life. And not baby like baby, but like baby as in like projects and like activities that you want to do, and however you want to take that. We're always growing, and we're always trying new things and experiencing new things. So in order to do that, we need to let go of the dead leaves, because if a tree held on to its dead leaves, all that would create is a lot of clutter for the new blossom. So we are flowers blooming. We are flowers blooming, blossoming. Life is so wonderful and fulfilling, and that's just like speaking it into existence. Like, life is so wonderful and fulfilling. And then I also wrote 555, which is, I take it however you resonate with 555, but for me it signifies like a new change, a lot of change, a new transformation, a new chapter in my life, just something new. So yeah. And if you don't know what 555 is, it's like an angel number, and that's like a whole different thing where it's like signs that the universe gives you and things like that. Okay, we're almost getting to the end. Another affirmation I put was, I trust the next chapter because I know the author. You are the author of your life. You are the author. If you guys have ever seen the movie The Book of Life, at the end or throughout the whole movie, like, it's just literally, you guys should go watch it if you want to. It's a really good movie, and this affirmation reminded me of that movie. So I trust the next chapter because I know the author, me. And this is the last section that I want to share with you guys. I was watching Shetty's podcast, which if you love podcasts and haven't found him yet, go watch him, Go listen to him, go support him. Oh my goodness, his podcasts are so good. I swear it's all I listen to. It's so good. You gain so much knowledge, like so much, and things that you don't even know about yourself or realize about yourself, like you start thinking about it, and I don't know, I just really really love it. And you start learning about yourself and learning about life. And or he had a guest, not sure how to say her name, but she was on his podcast, and she has a book called Unfinished. There was a quote that really stuck out to me when I was listening to them communicate yesterday, and it said, "Be patient with all that is unsolved in your heart." And when I tell you guys that spoke to me in a different language, because be patient with all that is unfinished, unsolved in your heart, because it's okay to not be 100% healed already. It's okay to not know already. It's okay. Be patient. It was just a reminder for me that really stuck with me, and I was like, wow, like I need to implicate that into my life, like being patient with myself and everything that I haven't healed yet, and that I'm still healing, and that I'm still growing with, because it doesn't happen overnight. It doesn't. And as much as we want it to, it doesn't. And it can be hard and frustrating, but we're always growing and we're always learning. So yeah, healing happens little by little. So be patient with all that is unsolved in your heart. So the book is called Unfinished, just to remind you guys. You should go look it up. I've never read it, and that was actually the first time that I've watched like an interview. It was really interesting. I really love the way that she communicates and the way she like presents. But yeah, and then some notes that I also put down from that podcast that I've learned was, have the courage to do. Like, have the courage to do what you want to do in life. It takes a lot of courage to put yourself out there, whether that's recording a video, whether that's posting on social media, whether that's sharing things about yourself with anyone. It takes a lot of courage to do those things. And so yeah, have the courage to go ask for napkins at the restaurant. Something that she also said in the podcast was, they were talking about, I'm pretty sure they were talking about like negative self-talk or things in that sort, and she said, these aren't her exact words, but like these are just the notes I wrote, but it says, take away the power of an insecurity by talking about them. The more you communicate about what you're feeling, the more you release it, and the less burden it has on you. So that really stuck with me. I was like, communicate your insecurities, and take away the power of your insecurities by communicating them or by talking them out. And not necessarily like insecurities about like image insecurities or the way you look or something, but like just feelings overall. Like, take away the power of them controlling you by communicating them. So that really stuck with me, or discussing them. And another thing that I've actually done before I watched the podcast, she was talking about how Jonas and her, they sometimes they like count their blessings and like physically count them. And I've actually done this before when I was hiking with my mom. We were just like walking, and I was like, oh, we should say things that we're grateful for. And in like when you express your gratitude out loud for things that you have, and it's just like a different type of like energy exchange with like the universe, and like grounding yourself. And a lot of people don't have the things that we have, and I talked about this on my last episode, but yeah, just counting your blessings, like even if that's just like 5 things like on your fingers, like I'm grateful I have like water, a shower, clothes to wear today, food to eat today, the ability to have shoes to walk, or like just counting them, like, and really like feeling into them, you know what I mean? So she's that's something that they do, which I really love to do too. And the other thing that she said in the podcast was create your own validation. If you struggle with like seeking validation from like family members, parent, mom, a relative, a loved one, someone that you're in a relationship, if you create your own validation for yourself, then you are eventually not going to need other external validation, you know what I mean? Which I'm pretty sure a lot of people still experience. I'm pretty sure I still experience like external validation, even though I have worked on it, but we're human still, so that's okay. But creating your own validation for yourself can really like help you not seeking validation from like people, and especially if like when it's toxic people that create that validation that you crave. Obviously that's just not good, but creating your own validation, create your own validation for yourself. Last but not least, to end this video, this episode, what can I do for myself today? Just waking up and asking yourself, okay, what can I do for myself today? How can I validate myself today? What can I do to love myself extra today? And then act on it and enjoy the moment of creating that for yourself, because there's no love like self-love, and people can only love you as much as you love yourself. So yeah, that is the end of this episode of sharing my journal. Thank you guys so much for watching and so much for tuning in and learning with me and growing with me, blossoming with me. And yeah, I hope you guys have an amazing day or night, wherever you're at, however you're watching this. I hope you guys are doing good, staying safe, and yeah, comment down below, whatever, I don't know. Comment. My Instagram's down below if you want to book a tarot reading with me. My TikTok is also down below if you want to go follow me on that. And yeah, I love you guys. Don't forget to like, comment, share, and subscribe to expand this channel and community. I love you guys. Bye. See you next week.